Well, parents certainly play a very important role when it comes to ensuring their children's safety at school.
And there are some proactive steps that parents can take, especially in light of that Georgia school shooting, related to understanding risk assessment. So our 9 News parenting expert, Dr. Sheryl Ziegler, is joining us. And it's really important that parents know. I mean, some of the things they cover in like back to school night, like where's the reunification center? What's our risk assessment program? These are things that sadly we need to know.
We do. And I have kids in multiple schools. We've never talked about this. This isn't something I think that schools want to talk about. It's exciting. It's back to school night. You feel like you don't want to bring that up. But I do think that, as we were just preparing for this, I was thinking, I don't know my kids' school. I don't know where I would meet them. I don't know myself. So it's a good reminder to say, okay, do I know? How would we reunify? What is the process? And risk assessment, that's a term, maybe people don't use very often, but that's assessing valid threats, kids who have maybe social media posts that were reported, safe to tell kind of things. What you should be asking the school, what do you do with those? Mm-hmm. And, we know that this shooter and this Georgia shooter already had been spoken to last year. And, oh, nope, no access, nope, this is false. And it's sort of like, I'm sure the school feels, my hands are tied. What else can we do? Or even law enforcement, what else can we do? We don't have anything right now. So I think these risk assessments to really keep following the thread through, well, what do you do when there's a red flag?
Parents right now, with kids having gone back to school, they're in the early part of the school year. Is it your concern that you need to know what to do in the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes of some sort of dramatic situation breaking out? Or is it before it, it's after, it's all of it, but like what's the most important thing that you sink in your brain that you know?
Well, I think that, the kids, whether kids have their phones on them or not. So this depends on the ages and all the things. But the one thing I will say is that if kids have access to their phones, the concern is they're not following protocol. Maybe they're a little distracted. Right. Maybe they're not hiding or running or whatever it is that they're supposed to be doing, because it is a kid's inclination to call or to text a parent. And so that's one of the concerns, is don't be distracted. So to say, I think, to a kid who has access to their phone, if there's an emergency at school, any kind of emergency, please do what you're supposed to do first. And then once you feel secure in that, then you can contact me. There's also usually, once you know the system of the school, you'll know how do they contact people. There's probably ways that they call 911. I know we want to think that our kids have access to calling 911, but in general, I think, it's like the Secret Service. There's a lot of agencies that are looking at school plans, and they're saying kids calling 911, by the time they call, someone's already called. Right. So I think it's important just that they're alert, they're not distracted by their phone, they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Again, I know this is age appropriateness, but boy, this is something that you really got to talk to your kids about. And I don't know how you present it, just like as part of the, in general, like, hey, if I show up late to pick you up from class, who are you going to reach out to? Like, yes. My parents used to have a place where we'd walk to a house that was our house that we had to stand to, but that was a different era.
That was.
So is this just like part of back to school, kind of easy conversation with your child?
It is. I think it's almost harder for us because we didn't grow up this way. But like you've said before, we were on, kids know the term lockdown drills and things like that from the age of even sometimes preschool. So they know this, they know these terms. So you could just say, hey, let's talk about safety at school. If you see something, say something, okay, where would you say something? Where would you be comfortable, right? Yeah. So you start there. So it doesn't have to be necessarily the threats against you. You're noticing something. You saw a post that doesn't feel right to you. I mean, what about this hero girl who she was about to open the door and saw that he had a gun and kept the door closed. She kept her composure. She wasn't distracted. I mean, she is a genuine hero in this case, right? And that's because she just must have known, like, this isn't right, and let me just back away. She wasn't hysterical. Just all those kinds of things.
A certain amount of preparation came in at that point.
Unfortunately, yes.
Tough. Dr. Sheryl Ziegler, thanks again for sitting in with us. Always good to see you.
Thanks for having me.